If you believe home invasions are random, that belief is already making you a target. There's a language being spoken in your neighborhood right now, a silent conversation happening on your street, on your sidewalk, maybe on your own property, and you can't hear it because you were never taught to listen. But criminals hear it perfectly. They speak it fluently, and if you don't learn to read it, you might wake up one night to discover your house was chosen long before the break-in ever happened. What I'm about to share comes from law enforcement interviews, criminal psychology studies, and documented cases from disaster zones where looting became systematic. This isn't speculation. This is the playbook they use, and once you see these signs, you'll never unsee them. Most people think home invasions are random, wrong place, wrong time. A burglar walks down a street and picks a house at random. This fantasy is comforting because it suggests there's nothing you could have done. It was just bad luck. But the reality is far more disturbing. Professional criminals and looters in a collapse scenario become professional very quickly. They scout, they observe, they test, they mark. By the time they come through your door, they've already eliminated the risks. They know your schedule. They know your vulnerabilities. They know you're a soft target. This entire process is known as the marking phase. And often, they've already left signs that told other criminals the same thing. Sign number 1. Strange marks. Appearing on or near your property. This is one of the oldest techniques in the criminal playbook, and it's still used because it still works. Small symbols drawn in chalk, scratched into surfaces, or marked with paint. Sidewalks, curbs, fence posts, mailboxes, corners of buildings. To the average person, they look meaningless. Random graffiti, kids playing, construction workers. They're not meaningless. Criminal marking systems vary by region and by crew, but common symbols have been documented repeatedly. A circle often means a good target. An X can mean already hit or too risky. Horizontal lines may indicate the number of occupants. Triangles sometimes signal a woman living alone. A diamond shape often means valuables are present. These marks are operational security. Scouts do the dangerous observation work, then mark targets for crews they will never meet. If caught, no one can identify anyone else. This system predates the internet by centuries. During Hurricane Katrina, systematic marking was documented throughout New Orleans. What began as search and rescue notation was quickly adopted by looters to identify which homes still had goods worth taking. Check your sidewalk, your curb, your fence line, utility poles near your home, photograph unfamiliar marks, remove them immediately, then watch closely to see if they return. Sign number 2. Objects appearing where they shouldn't be. A fast food wrapper tucked into your fence, a small rock placed on your porch, a string tied to your gate, a rubber band around your door handle, tape on your mailbox. These aren't litter. These are occupancy tests. Criminals place inconspicuous objects to track movement. If it stays, no one is home. If it moves, someone is present. The rubber band trick serves 2 purposes. It tests door use, and it tests awareness. If you open the door without noticing it, you've already failed their test. More advanced tests include leaves on car hoods, threads across gates, or paper tucked into door jambs. When you find these, don't just remove them. Note when and where they appeared. Patterns matter. If you're noticing them, someone is watching. Sign number 3. Strangers with too much interest in your routine. The same dog walker passing your house repeatedly. A parked car that never seems to leave. A utility truck doing invisible work. A stranger knocking for directions, a lost pet, or a donation. This is social reconnaissance. Door knockers test response time, occupancy, dogs, alarms. Dog walkers observe without suspicion. Parked cars provide hours of surveillance. Fake utility workers examine your property openly. The questions sound harmless. Do you live alone? When do you usually get home? Is your partner traveling? They're not small talk. They're intelligence gathering. Sign number 4. Evidence of property testing. An unlatched gate. A motion light that suddenly doesn't trigger. Bent window screens. Door handles that feel different. This is perimeter probing. Experienced criminals test before they commit. Gates, locks, lights, fences. They identify weak points and the tools required. These tests often happen in daylight, when excuses are easy. Walk your perimeter regularly. Know what normal looks like. If something feels off, it probably is. Sign number 5. The Whisper Network. Has gone quiet. Healthy neighborhoods have passive surveillance. People notice unfamiliar cars, they check mail, they glance out windows. This creates what criminologists call the whisper network. When it goes quiet, criminals notice. Empty streets, closed blinds, no movement, no witnesses. In grid-down scenarios, this intensifies. Vacant homes advertise themselves, and occupied homes stand out even more. The solution isn't isolation, it's coordination. Know your neighbors. Create communication systems that don't rely on electricity. More eyes make your street less attractive. What do all these signs have in common? Crime is methodical, patient, systematic. Random victimization is mostly a myth. And that's good news, because if criminals operate systematically, defense can be systematic too. If they observe, you observe back. If they test, you detect. If they mark, you erase. Harden your target profile. Vary routines. Remove marks. Document anomalies. Build neighborhood awareness. Most importantly, shift your mindset. If you can read the signs, you stop being prey. If you can't, someone already chose you. The marks, the objects, the questions, the silence. They're all speaking to you. The question is whether you're listening. This is the Collapse Log. Your education in the language of predators starts now.